See, usually one embryo sac will give one embryo. One embryo sac means inside how many embryo sacs are formed? Inside the ovule is presence of one embryo sac. One embryo sac is made inside with the help of reduction division followed by mitotic division in megaspore mother cell. So how embryo sac is developed? Embryo sac is developed from megaspore mother cell by reduction division followed by mitotic division, right? So one ovule has one embryo sac. One embryo sac will form one zygote by syngamy, so that there is formation of only one embryo in one ovule. But if there is presence of more embryos, okay, that means there is formation of more embryos, that condition is called as polyembryon. Development of more embryos. Polyembryony is a condition where we can find more than one embryo inside the ovule. That is called as polyembryony. Occurrence of more than one proembryo or embryo. Presence of more than one proembryo. Proembryo means the developing embryo. Proembryo or embryo in developing ovule. When ovule is fertilized, there is formation of only, but there is in a seed. In seeds, that means one embryo is developing into one seed. Okay. Here, when ovule is developing into seed, if there is formation of more embryos, that condition we can say polyembryony. This is very simple. Here, why polyembryony is there? Polyembryony is a condition which is developed due to development of many embryos other than the normal developing embryo. What is normal developing embryo? Megaspore mother cell is giving embryo sac. That embryo sac, by syngamy, there is formation of zygotes. That is zygotes gives rise to embryo. That is normal process. But other than this, there may be formation of other embryos, or there may be cleavage of proembryo. With the help of that, there may be development of more embryos. Polyembryony. This was first reported by Anton van Leeuwenhoek. Anton van Leeuwenhoek in orange. Why there is formation of more seeds in orange? That he found. In orange seeds, how there is formation of more than one proembryo? That he observed. So that we can say polyembryon. So what are the reasons or methods or types that give polyembryon? A reason for development of more than one embryo may be cleavage of proembryo. What is proembryo? You know, in embryogenesis we discussed about proembryo. What is proembryo? During genesis and formation of T-shaped embryo, which is then ascent stage is formed, then it gives globular shaped embryo, dot or heart shaped embryo. So the earlier stages of embryo are considered as proembryos. Okay, proembryos are the earlier stages of developing embryo. If that proembryo, whether it is a T-shaped or ascent stage or globular or heart-shaped, whatever it is, if that proembryo is cleaved, if it is cleaved to 2 parts or 3 parts, means each and every cleaved part will develop into a proembryo or matured embryo. That is the reason which is called as cleavage. This is seen in plants like orchids. In orchids, we you can is cleaved that gives many embryos. Okay, then the second reason for formation of embryo from cells other than egg. So egg is female gametes. This egg upon seeing gamete, it forms zygotes. That zygotes will develop into embryo. That is normal. But formation of embryo sac from cells other than egg. Formation of embryo from cells means which cells? From cells of embryo sac. What are other cells present in embryo sac other than egg? Other than egg, there is presence of antipodals or synergids. Usually, embryo sac has 4 types of cells: antipodal, central cell, synergid, egg. Antipodals are present at causalia end. Central cell is developing into primary endosperm nucleus. It doesn't involve in the development of polyembryonic condition. Okay. Then that synergids, usually they are responsible for the development of entry of pollen tube. Okay. Egg cell is normally forming zygotes. Along with the egg, that means egg is involving in zygote formation. That takes place normally. Along with that, some other cells may also develop into embryo, like antipodals or synergids. This is called what? Formation of embryo from cells of embryo sac other than egg. This is seen in Aristolochium, Argemone and Aristolochia. There is development embryo sac of embryo, the cells of embryo sac other than egg. That means antipodals or synergids may develop. See, next type, what is the reason? Development of more embryo. Development of more embryo. How more embryos are formed? Usually, megaspore mother cell is undergoing reduction division and there is formation of 4 haploid megaspores. Each haploid megaspore is developing into embryo sac. Okay. But if there is more megaspore mother cells may undergoing reduction division, or the megaspores may be active more than one. Usually one functional megaspore will be there, but two functional megaspore are present. They may develop into condition may also develop. Okay, this is seen in same ovule. This is seen in Citrus casuarina. Development of more embryo sacs in the same ovule. That is an example. Then development of embryo from cells out of embryo sac is another reason. Like cell example, this is also seen in etc. From the cells out of but outside of the embryo inside the ovule, there is presence of a central portion called the nucellus. That may give rise to that condition. We can say this. Video not clear. 1 second. Voice now? 1 second. Now it is showing okay here. Okay. See now, development of more embryo sacs in the same ovule. If more embryo sacs are developed from megaspore mother cell, that leads to polyembryonic condition. And development of embryo, last point, development of embryo from cells out of embryo sac. Outside of the embryo sac means inside the ovule. If you see ovule here, these integments are there. Inside the integments, there is a central portion called as a nucellus. Inside the nucellus, there is development of embryo sac. Inside this embryo sac, there is development of more embryo sacs within the same ovule or from the other cells, antipodal cells, synergids. From these, there may be development of more embryos. That is one reason. Another one is development of embryo from the cells of embryo sac outside of the embryo sac. Means outside the embryo sac, there is a central portion called as a nucellus. The nucellar region of embryo sac are undergoing development into embryo directly. This condition is also called as adventive embryony. That I will discuss again. So anyway, development of embryo from cells outside the embryo sac, like nucellus. Okay, that is called as polyembryonic condition. These are the 4 reasons that will give many embryo when a ovule is developing into seed. Apomixis. Apomixis. What is apomixis? Again, it is showing your internet connection is unstable. Wait some more time, please. Okay, is it clear? Okay, then I will continue it. Apomixis. What is apomixis? Normal sexual reproduction is called amphimixis. Normal sexual reproduction. What is sexual reproduction? The stages of sexual reproduction include formation of gametes and fusion of gametes. Normal sexual reproduction, we can call it as apomixis. Here, that sexual reproduction involves, what is the major form or major property of sexual reproduction? It involves formation of gametes. Gamete formation and fusion of gametes. Gamete formation and gametic fusion. This gamete formation, what we call meiosis. Gamete fusion is called syngamy. Syngamy and meiosis, both are the steps that are involving in sexual reproduction. This meiosis, by meiosis gametes are formed which are haploid form, and by syngamy there is formation of diploid form. So haploid gametophyte is formed upon meiosis. Diploid sporophyte is formed upon syngamy. Okay, normally gamete formation meiosis is taking place. By meiosis there is formation of a haploid gametophyte. That both haploid gametes will fuse together in syngamy. With the help of that fusion, there is formation of a diploid sporophyte. So this sporophytes and gametophytes alternate together. They alternate together during sexual reproduction. During sexual reproduction, sporophyte is followed by gametophyte, gametophyte is followed by sporophyte. Like that, two alternative stages are found. But this apomixis is a process. What is apomixis? In concern to that, apomixis is a process where sexual reproduction, what is sexual reproduction phase, especially that haploid phase is there na, is totally replaced with a type of asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, that means the sexual reproduction stage or sexual reproduction, what haploid phase is there na? Haploid phase, the formation of gametes, is the major part or major characteristic feature of sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, there is formation of haploid gametes. So there is gametophyte stage is developed during sexual reproduction. That haploid gametophytic phase is totally replaced with a type of asexual reproduction. So asexual reproduction means there is no formation and fusion of gametes. As there is no formation, gametes may form, but gametes will not fuse in asexual reproduction. As there is no fusion of gametes, there is no formation of haploid phase of life cycle. So this is a plant life cycle with a complete diploid stage. Plants, they will remain in diploid stage for together. All the lifetime, the plant will have only diploid stage. There is no haploid phase of the life cycle. This is called as what? Apomixis. Apomixis is a process where usual sexual reproduction has completely replaced by a type of asexual reproduction, is called as apomixis. Okay, and normally this apomixis process is used in some crops. The crops which are using apomixis are called as apomictic crops. I will tell you after discussing the types of that apomixis, then we can see what are apomictic crops, how they are helpful. What are the types of apomixis? Apomixis is majorly divided into two types. it is majorly divided into two types. One is vegetative reproduction. Vegetative reproduction. You already know about this vegetative reproduction that we came across in first lesson. Reproduction in organisms. There we came across the types of vegetative reproduction. What is vegetative reproduction? Vegetative reproduction is the development of a new offspring from the vegetative parts of the plant. Like what is vegetative reproduction? Fragmentation, gemmule formation, gemme, and vegetative propagules like stem modification, runner, stolon, sucker. The type we already discussed. That is vegetative propagation. Okay, here by the part of the plant body, there is development of a new plant. New plant develop from a part of plant body other than seeds. Seeds are produced during sexual reproduction, but during vegetative reproduction there is no formation of seeds. So seeds are developed upon the formation of embryo on syngamy, but sexual reproduction is not here. There is no syngamy, there is no seed formation. So directly there is development of new plant from the plant body. Okay, that plant part that is responsible for the development of new plants is called what? Propagule. Vegetative propagules, you know, that is the first type. Second type of apomixis is agamospermy. Agamospermy. Agamospermy means spermy, seed formation. Spermy means a seed formed. Seeds are formed. Seeds formed without and syngamy. That condition is called as agamospermy. Agamo, without gametes. Spermy. Spermy means especially here seed formation. Okay. Here agamospermy means without gametes there is formation of seeds. That condition is called as what? Agamospermy. This agamospermy is again divided into different types, so three types especially. One is adventive embryony. Adventive embryony. Just now we discussed about development of embryo from other than the embryo sac. From the other than embryo sac, there is formation of embryo that is called as adventive embryony. Embryos directly evolve. Embryo directly develop from a diploid cells of sporophytes. Embryo directly forms from diploid cells of sporophytes. That condition is called as adventive embryony. Embryo is normally developing from embryo sac. Adventive means other than, just as a root system. You know, main root system is a tap root, which is developing from radical. When it is developing from other than radical, we can call it as adventitious or adventive roots. Like other than embryo sac, there is development of embryo. That's why it is called as adventive. Okay, from the cells of sporophytes, from the diploid cells of sporophytes, other than embryo sac, there is development of embryo directly. That condition is called as what? Adventive embryony. This adventive embryony may develop from nucellus or from integument also, because diploid cells are not found in what? Embryo sac. Embryo sac has antipodals, synergids, and egg sac, and a bipolar nuclei is present in embryo sac. In embryo sac, there is no diploid cell. Bipolar nuclei is present in central cell. Central cell is developing what? Primary endosperm nucleus. It will develop into endosperm only. But diploid cells of sporophyte means inside the ovule, nucellus or integument may directly develop into embryo without meiosis and without fusion of gametes. That condition we can call it as adventive embryony. Okay. Here, along with that normal embryo, there is presence of another embryo also. That means adventive embryony is developing from nucellus or integument, right? It may present along with the zygotic embryo. It may present. Zygotic embryo is present. This is also present. Okay. Or there may be a competition between zygotic embryo and this embryo. If zygotic embryo and this embryo both are surviving, then polyembryonic condition will develop. That is the reason. Then second one is diplospory. Diplospory. What is diplospory means? Normally what happens during sexual reproduction? During sexual reproduction, megaspore mother cell is there. That megaspore mother cell is undergoing reduction division and there is formation of megaspore. That megaspore is then developed into embryo sac. That gives what? Embryo by syngamy. But unreduced embryo sac is developed directly. Unreduced embryo sac develops from MMC. MMC means megaspore mother cell. Usually megaspore mother cell is undergoing reduction division, that gives megaspore. That megaspore is developed into embryo sac. That embryo sac shows syngamy and there is development of embryo. That is a normal process. Unreduced embryo sac. Unreduced means by reduction division there is formation of haploid cells of embryo sac. But MMC is not undergoing reduction division. Without reduction division, from MMC there is development of embryo sac. That means egg is not produced, right? So embryo forms from unfertilized egg. Embryo is developed from unfertilized egg. That condition we can call it as this one. Okay, that is called diplospory. Unfertilized egg means what we can say? Already we discussed in first topic. Development of embryo or complete individual from without fertilization is called as a parthenogenesis. So embryo is developed from unfertilized egg means that is called as parthenogenesis. Okay, that is one. Third one of this apomixis is apospory. Apospory. Apospory is a condition somatic cell of ovule. Somatic cell of ovule directly forms unreduced embryo sac. And the diploid egg develops into embryo. Similar to adventive embryony, but here somatic cell which is present in the plant, somatic cell present in the ovule forms unreduced embryo sac somatic cell of the ovule is developing unreduced embryo sac that will develop the embryo. That unreduced embryo sac is developing. But here, which is similar to this one, somatic cell means we can say what? Nucellus or integument. Nucellus or integument cells are the somatic cells. Here, what is the difference between adventive embryony and aposphory? In adventive embryony, nucellus or integuments are directly developed into embryo. That is that condition. In aposphory, nucellus or integuments, whatever the somatic cells, first they develop into embryo sac without meiosis. Then it will develop into embryo. But here, same nucellus or integuments is directly developing into embryo. Here, nucellus or integuments, they are developing into unreduced embryo sac, then unreduced embryo sac will develop into embryo. Okay, this is normal. Okay, so agamospermy means seeds formed without meiosis and synegamy. Without meiosis and synegamy, by adventive embryony or diplospory or apospory, there is formation of embryo. This condition is called what? A type of apomixis. Without sexual reproduction, without meiosis and synegamy, there is formation of an embryo. Okay, or sometimes there is formation of embryo sac. Another type I will discuss. I forgot now. Apospory. One more type is there. Wait. D. Apogamity. Apogamity. Apogamity means some other cells of embryo sac will directly develop into diploid embryo. Other cells of embryo sac fuse and develop into diploid embryo, which is called as diplospory. This condition is called as apogamity. Apogamity means development, embryo is formed by some other cells of the embryo sac, which is diploid embryo sac. Diploid embryo is formed from other cells of the embryo sac, like antipodals or synergids may fuse together and develop diploid embryo without syngamy. Okay, without syngamy, there is development of that embryo from the cells other than the egg cell in embryo sac. These are the different types which are responsible for the formation of embryo without meiosis and syngamy. So sexual reproduction is fully or completely replaced with a type of asexual reproduction. This is vegetative propagation, vegetative reproduction is a type of asexual reproduction. So there is no sexual reproduction. Agamospermy, adventive embryony, diplospory, apospory, apogamity, these are not parts of sexual reproduction. These are some types of asexual reproduction. Right. This is about apomixis. This apomictic crops I told you na. Apomictic crops are well employed in some plants like banana, even hibiscus, pineapple, stem cuttings. The stem cuttings are taken. The stem cuttings are taken as a part of vegetative reproduction, and that vegetative reproduction gives new plants directly without sexual reproduction. That crops are called as apomictic crops. In apomictic crops, stem cuttings are taken. Apomictic crops like pineapple, banana, some other plants also, many examples are there. So in that, apomictic crops are developed. How pineapple or banana? Here banana undergoes vegetative reproduction with the help of a rhizome, which involves a sucker principle. Rhizome and sucker principles are there in doubt All doubts I will explain at the end of the class. You can send the doubts now. I will explain at the end of class, or you can note down the doubts and you can ask at the end of the session. So banana is undergoing vegetative reproduction with the help of what? Rhizome, which is a stem modification through a sucker principle. Pineapple also like that. But some other plants are also there, which we use what? Stem cuttings are also possible. Stem cuttings of plants. Stem cuttings are grafted. Grafted. What is grafting means? Suppose two plants are there. One plant has one stem system, another one has another stem system. A part of plant is cut. The part of plant is cut here, and new plant shoot is introduced. This is a stem. Stem of one plant is attached with shoots of another plant. Don't get confused here. What is stems or what is shoot? Both are same, na sir. Stem and shoot are both same. Just take. I will give you an example with the help of diagram so that you can understand. Suppose there is a plant which is growing here in. I am not drawing any diagram. With the help of rough diagram, I will explain. Suppose this is one plant. Otherwise, write leaves like this. Okay, here this is cut here. This is plant A. Another plant of same species is taken, or different species also. Based on the need, we can use. That is cut. This is plant B. This is what? This is the main. The part which is stem is that this is called as a cian. The top part which is used is called as a stalk. Cian, stalk. This is cian. This is stalk. This is cian B. This is stalk B. Stalk A, cian A. Part below the cutting is cian, above the cutting is stalk. So both are taken. Now, what we did here is, to the cian A, stalk B is attached. This is called what? Grafting. Grafting is a process where a shoot system with a branch or a leaf, whatever it is, a branch or complete part, whatever it is, that is taken, cut from one plant, and it is attached to stem of another plant. So this is called as what? Advent. Okay, this process is called as grafting. This is new plant. Okay, here in this new plant, if say cian has one genotype, stalk has one genotype. When two plants are of two different species, you know, we can graft a guava plant on a mango tree, a mango plant on a neem tree, whatever it is, that is possible. But choosing of this cian and stalk is very important, because cian should be has with more efficient root system to absorb the water from the soil. If a plant has more efficient root system to absorb water, then it is very effective. Stalk means which we need to get food or production, that we need to choose. Suppose a mango plant is attached to a xerophytic plant or a tall tree which can absorb more water, means then more water will be available for mango shoot. So mango yield we can increase. So see here, suppose a neem plant is here, a mango shoot is here. A cian is taken from neem and shoot is taken from mango, both are joined now. So this root system and this system is from neem. So absorption of water is depending on the capacity of neem plants, whereas the flowering and the fruit formation is depending on this cyan or mango plant. So whatever the shoot system that is present, that cells have the particular genotype. Due to that genome, they can flower of their own. This cyan will produce the flowers of the same species. This will not produce the flowers of this stalk. Sorry, this cyan. Wait. Cyan means opposite. Wait 1 second. Cyan stalk. Cyan is the top portion. Stalk is lower portion. Cyan stalk. Okay. This is a stalk, that is cyan. This is cyan, this is a stalk. Stalk A, stalk B. Stalk A, cyan A. Stalk B, cyan B. So cyan B, stalk A. This is the stalk, this is the cyan. So this cyan is taken for the adaptability. Adaptability means for absorption of the water and everything from the soil. Cyan for flowering and fruit formation. That is the difference. Just I got confused. So stalk means the part which is attached to ground in grafting is stalk. The young shoot or twig which is attached to stalk is called as cyan. Okay, this is apomictic crops. By apomictic crops we can use grafting also. So why these apomictic crops are more beneficiary means, by using apomictic crops where vegetative reproduction is possible, their investment is less. Investment means no need to spend more money for the purchase of seeds like that. Simply we can cut a part of the plant and insert into a soil, so it will develop a new plant. We can get more yield. Yield is also more. So by micro propagation method also we can produce here. That means thousands of plant pots we can get from a small plant body. A small plant body is taken. From the small plant body we can produce thousands of new plants. As there is a possibility of production of thousands of new plants, we can directly develop more number of plants so that we can cultivate them easily and we can get more yield. So investment is very less, production of new plants is very easy, and yield can be increased very well. These are the advantages of apomictic crops. So apomixis is a process in which sexual reproduction is fully replaced with a type of asexual reproduction. Right. Then see seed, next topic. Embryo endosperm formation is complete. See, next topic, seed. What is seed? Seed is called fertilized ovule. Seed is called fertilized ovule. Ovule is fertilized, then it will develop into seed, where seed has a endosperm which is formed early and embryo which is formed later after the formation of endosperm. So endosperm formation and embryo development both are taking place after the syngamy, so that ovule will transform into seed. Okay. See, once seed is formed, I told you already, the parts of the ovule which are developed, which are transformed. Suppose integments of ovule will transform into seed coats. They are responsible for protection of seed embryo. Embryo is protected by a seed coat which is developed from the integments of the ovule. Outer seed coat is there. Outer seed coats we can call testa. Inner seed coat which is developing from inner integument of ovule is called tegmen. Usually seed has two seed coats. One is outer seed coat which is called as a testa. Inner seed coat is called as tegmen. But in some cases a third seed coat is there. Three seed coats may present. Okay, what is the third seed coat means? Third seed coat is called aril. Aril. This aril we can see in plants like lychee and Pithecolobium. In Pithecolobium and lychee, we can find a third integument called as aril, which is edible pods. Edible part of seed coat. Usually, seed coat is not edible. Inside the seed, embryo or cotyledons are there, they are edible. Like in groundnuts, embryo and cotyledons are there means embryo or cotyledons which are present inside the integument, they can be edible because they store food. But seed coats are not edible pods. They do not have any reserved food. Just they are meant for protection of the seed embryo. But in Pithecolobium and lychee, there is the presence of an integument, third integument called aril, which is edible pods. Did you see lychee fruits? In lychee fruits, if we cut the lychee fruit, inside that there is a white colored tissue. That is actually we may think it is what fruit pods, but it is a third integument which is covering the testa. Outside the testa that is present. Okay, in Pithecolobium also. Pithecolobium means what can we say? That is in villages you can see. I will tell you the type of Pithecolobium double. Just 1 second. Just 1 second, I will share that image so that you can understand. This is what we call Pithecolobium. This Pithecolobium you may see in all parts, all areas. This is Pithecolobium. In this Pithecolobium, there is presence of a third seed coat. The third seed coat is called aril, which is an edible pod. Okay, 1 second. I will show you lychee also. Lychee, I will show you it. This is lychee. In lychee, the part which is present here, that we can call it as third integument, which is called as eril. Okay. Right. There is presence of third integument, which we can call it as eril. In that, there is edible part. And some plants, wait 1 second, where it's gone? Some plants have, are you getting voice? Yeah, it is coming. Wait 1 second. This, why it is not coming? Someone is turning on video. If you turn on video, this problem will come. Is it complete? One minute. Okay. So meanwhile, whoever asked doubts, that I will explain. Wait. Video is not clear from that. Is nucellus diploid? Yes, nucellus is diploid only. Once say apogamity. Apogamity. What is apogamity? Apogamity means formation of diploid embryo sac from other cells than egg in embryo sac. Embryo is formed from the cells of embryo sac, other cells of the embryo sac. That is apogamity. What is maintenance? What are Roshan Vijay? B8. What is maintenance? What is your doubt? Then perisperm. Perisperm means remnant of nucellus is called perisperm. Sir, please tell last example. For what? Last example. For what last example? For eril or caruncle? Caruncle means, caruncle example, castor. Then, in dicot, what is the part above endosperm? Above endosperm, it is seed coat. Above the endosperm, it is seed coat. In dicot, what is above the endosperm? Hey, D6 Harish, why are you marking? I will remove B6 service right now. Wait. When I am sharing the screen, why are you making marks on this? Don't do idiotic things, okay? Whether grafting is applicable to monocot plants? Yes. No desirable character can occur by grafting. No desirable character means no. Desired plants are grafted to produce more yield only. Suppose a plant cannot absorb more water, that has a less developed root system. That means then we can see this. Example of a 3-celled state in male gametophyte. Male gametophyte 3-cell condition, 40% of angiosperms, just enough. There is no particular name. Now, write notes for this seed, dicot seed. Seed coat has 2 layers. Note down notes. Seed coat has 2 layers. Outer testa and inner tegmen. One second, please. Outer testa and inner tegmen. Next point. Hilum is a seed scare. G4 Bonaceri. Why are you marking? Don't be too smart, okay? Nowadays, the teachers also became smart, not only students. Remember that. Hilum is a scare on seed. Through which seeds are attached to fruits. Next point. Above the hilum, a small pore is called micropyle or seed pore. Micropyle or seed pore. Next point. Inside seed coats, embryo has an embryonal axis. Embryo has an embryonal axis and 2 cotyledons. Next point. Cotyledons are fleshy. And full of reserve food. Next point. At 2 ends of embryonal axis, radicle and plumule are present. Radicle and plumule are present. Next point. In some seeds like castor, in some seeds like castor, endosperm is food storing tissue. Endosperm is food storing tissue. Next, structure of monocot seeds. Structure of monocot seeds. Generally, monocot seeds are endospermic. Monocot seeds are endospermic, but some, as in orchids, non-endospermic. Non-endospermic. Next point. In seeds of cereals like maize, seed coat is fused with fruit wall. Seed coat is fused with fruit wall. Next point. Endosperm is bulky. Endosperm is bulky and stores food. A layer called aleuron layer, ALEURONE, aleuron layer separates endosperm and embryo. Separates endosperm and embryo. The embryo is small and present at one side of endosperm. Present at one side of endosperm. Embryo has A large and shield-shaped cotyledon. Shield-shaped cotyledon called scutellum. And a short axis with radicle and plumule. Next point, radicle is covered with coleorhiza. Plumule is covered with coleoptile. Okay, that's all today class about the structure of seed. Then what is the importance of fruit and seed and viability of fruit, seed and seed germination is there, that we'll discuss in next class.